Our hypothesis is that me wearing hockey gear into the mall will cause a reaction. The independent variable was me wearing the hockey gear, while the dependent variable was people's reactions to me wearing the hockey gear, which was rated on a scale of 0 to 5, 0 being no reaction, 5 being the biggest reaction. And 5 would be they got up and walked away.
At the beginning of the experiment, Eric was at the cash register, and the cashier immediately laughed at him. So we gave her a reaction score of 2. During the process of waiting in line, the little kid standing next to Eric backed up and sought the comfort of his mom. Let's take another look at this. At this part of the experiment, when Eric sits right between the two groups of strangers, he demonstrates both breaking the social norms of personal space and apparel. This is their reaction. At this part of the experiment, when Eric sits right in between the two groups of strangers, he demonstrates both breaking the social norms of personal space and apparel. This is their reactions.
Yeah. We rated the mall workers a reaction score of 5 due to their gossiping and laughing, and then one actually came out from his place of employment to stare at Eric. Also, we had a family approach Eric and try to talk to him, and we gave them a reaction score of 5. We then decided to interview these two groups to see what their thoughts were on our experiment.
Was this kind of typical, or did it go outside of the social norms?
It was humorous. Speculated maybe it was on the way to a game over at the pavilion. Who the heck knows? We got roller derby, we got ice, hockey. This is an all-around community. Everybody does their thing. So.
Entertaining them?
Oh yeah, sure.
Make something good for
But like he
our
says, it's the mall, so we see stranger things in this on a semi-regular basis.
I think you guys.
Yeah.
So, why did you approach this hockey player and talk to him?
Because of him. Because he likes hockey players.
So, was it pretty cool to see a hockey player at the mall?
He's really shy. This is his normal demeanor.
So, it was kind of out of the ordinary
I think he
to.
likes it, yeah.
What about you? What did you think, sweetie?
It was cool.
Alright, thanks guys.
Hi. So to recap the Taco Bell experience, it all started with Alyssa walking in, and she acted as the control because she was wearing normal clothes, and she looked like a normal person. And the reaction was just like you would react to a normal person. Nobody did anything, really. It all changed when Eric came in because he was dressed in hockey gear. He was the independent variable. And it all changed because he got stares and glances, and some specific ones were from the cashier. She looked when he started to walk in, she glanced at him, and then she started staring. And then when he came up to order, she asked him if he had to dress up because it was a dare or a bet. And then afterwards, when he turned around, she started laughing. On the opposite side of the Taco Bell, there was a group of guys who was also watching Eric when he came in, and they were talking about random things before he came in, and then afterwards they all glanced at him, and then they started talking about hockey. After Eric sat down and he started eating, and after Alyssa had sat down and ate, Eric went over and stole her chips. This was partly because nobody was really on that side of the Taco Bell, and so they weren't really paying attention, and people were just enjoying their own meals. At the end, however, we kind of wanted to go out with a bang, and so Eric was told to steal her drink and just walk out the door. In this particular case, she said she started talking to him and just told people around her that he had stole her drink. And then there were two ladies sitting next to her, and she said that, and then they said that they didn't speak English. So the only witnesses couldn't really testify because they spoke Spanish. Anyway, there was this one guy that I saw who saw Eric get up because he was still in his hockey gear, obviously, and he saw him walking and his own business. And this brings us to the diffusion of responsibility, where nobody was really around to take responsibility because there were so many people around in the public area, and so nobody specifically had responsibility, and so nobody took it to get her drink back. And it also might have been because nobody really saw it, which we probably think is a real case. But if we were to do this experiment again, regarding the diffusion of responsibility, we would probably have her in a more populated region where people would actually see this happen. We'd have her make a bigger fuss about him stealing the drink, which would make people actually look to see if and give them the opportunity to take responsibility. And then we could make that comparisons to that if she made friends with some random person and sat next to them, and then they started eating, and then have Eric then go steal her drink, because then that person has more responsibility since they're in direct ties with that person, with Alyssa across the table because they're right there. And so then that would mean that she would be more responsible and would actually take action.
As a conclusion, we accept our hypothesis that hockey gear would cause a reaction from people. Better ways to enhance or further our experiment would be to go to a location with a higher population, switch the gender of the social norm breaker, and another way to influence it would be to make it a group of social norm breakers rather than just one individual. Thanks.